It's Sports Pregame Show, sponsored by Kia.
Welcome, everybody. This is 2K Sports with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Pistons in Detroit. Looking at the Pistons, this is their third meeting of the season with this team. They've won every game thus far and can seal their edge with a win here. And Detroit last season shot up in the standings, largely due to their improvements on the defensive end. Shaq, how'd they do it?
Well, Steve Van Gundy is a guy who knows how to coach defense. I played for him in Miami before he was fired. They play well as a unit, and they're sharp with the help defense.
Did he turn you into a defensive force?
No. I'm not known for my defense, Ernie.
What are you known for?
Prolific MF scorer.
What's MF again?
Most frequently.
Oh, okay, got you. But I tell you, one thing about them is that they don't have many weak defenders. So what they do is they switch everything. So you make a pick, they switch. The one guard can guard the four guy. The four guy can guard the one guard. So everyone switches on it. That makes it a lot easier to have a defensive concept.
Looks like both teams are ready to tip this thing off. Let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
Don't switch the channel.
Don't switch everything.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So glad you can join us here at the Palace of Auburn Hills, the home of the Pistons, Detroit, Michigan. And, of course, Jeremy Lamb. He won't be an option for them.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard, I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Hornets coach Steve Clifford is always pragmatic. He said you look at what wins in this league and you see the best teams don't give up fast break points. Year in and year out, offensive rebounding is not a big factor. Guys, Clifford demands that his guards and small forwards get back after the release of a shot. And the Hornets have become one of the best teams in the league in transition defense.
Thanks, David. He does give a little more leeway to MKG to go to the glass, though, as well he should. And with the All-Star game behind us, Chris, a lot of teams now pushing for the playoffs, asking a lot of their players. How common is it, do you think, for players and teams to just play through their injuries at this point of the season?
Well, great question, Kevin, because if you can get on the court and you are on the playoff bubble, most players will risk help to help their team.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Marvin Williams is out there with Zeller, and it's Walker in at the point. Here's Prez, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
Now that's remarkable determination. Prez charging into the D and getting the hard foul. Detroit has had such a rich history with the Pistons, and there have been so many great players to put on the blue and red. Just think about it. Guys from the Bad Boys era like Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Even further back with guys like Bob Lanier.
That free throw good from Prez. And the Pistons, Chris, have always had great players, even in down years. And one name that pops into my mind was Grant Hill before he injured his ankle.
Well, yeah, and you can talk about so many other players. Let's just talk about Dave Bing, or even think about other players like Bob Lanier, but it's hard to pick one player who encapsulates the franchise for Detroit, as the titles have come from a strong starting five. But I would say Isaiah Thomas is the greatest Piston ever, and it's hard to argue with that. He owns a lot of the team's records. He was the #1 pick for the Pistons. He got us 2 rings.
Here's Jackson. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Prez with the screen for Caldwell Pope. Now here's Prez. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range, Jay. Definitely a legitimate threat for him.
And Walker kicks to Williams. And now just over a minute played here in the first. High post shot. Detroit with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
Well, that and they look completely disinterested on the defensive end. Terrible performance in two important categories.
Now here's Walker. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. And Batum kicks to Williams. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Almost got to that shot in time. Just a split second late there. Caught it just barely on its way down.
Marvin Williams, since he's come into this league, has always been viewed as a tweener. He can play both forward positions, but hasn't excelled at either spot. He has put up consistent numbers at both spots, despite being shuffled around.
Now here's Batum. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. It's deflected.
You gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Harris passes to Jackson. Kicks it to Perez. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Walker with some nice D. And with Williams and Chris's ability to play both forward spots, he's been deployed as a power forward more often in the past few seasons, it seems.
And at this point in Williams' career, it's probably the best spot for him. He still has good lift to get shots up with his back to the basket. And because he has a good shot, that makes the defense respect him, and he can play and face up against other power forwards.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Awesome attack toward the basket right there. This young man stays on his grind, showing his true grit and finding a way to get that one to go.
Detroit, no good that time either.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Zeller, a screen on Jackson. And Walker kicks to Zeller. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Zeller's got his first points of the night.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Charlotte leading by 5. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside, Walker. To the middle, outside for Batum. Zeller, a screen on Drummond. A shot by Batum, no good. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Jackson has the open look. Connects from 3-point range. Jackson's got 5 now.
The catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
Walker the pass to Batum.
Now, the one thing with Batum that you have to appreciate is just how great of a team player he is. He's always looking to set up a teammate for an easy shot. One of the more selfless players on the perimeter that you'll find.
And that one falls for Batum. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Obviously one of the better free throw shooters in the league. We expect this out of him.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And along those lines with Batum, Chris, he is a...
Come on, let's go. These guys are relying on one man to beat us. He's getting into our paint at will.
Season for the Hornets.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Charlotte in the lead. And there's Zeller, and that's good on the assist by Batum.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Prez with the screen for Jackson. Down low, Prez. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Horrendous defense right there. Does the defense know who they are leaving wide open? You can't do that with him.
Williams dishes to Walker. Tries again. Prez with the rebound. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. On the wing, Harris feeds it to Prez. Inside. And Drummond kicks to Prez. Chris, we're seeing more and more big men be able to face up and knock down outside shots or even three-pointers. In your mind, who's the best shooting big man in the game?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. You know, the best shooting big man in the game now, I say, still has to belong to Dirk Nowitzki. Your jump shot does not get old. And even though we don't see Dirk do some of the more spectacular things he did above the rim and attacking the basket, that jump shot still is pretty, still is effective.
Good point.
And I still love it. So, to me, Dirk is still the best shooter in the game.
Great perspective. And a different look here for the Pistons. Hill, he's checked in for Drummond. Morris comes in for Harris. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And Sessions subbed in for Kemba Walker.
And Frank Kaminsky, such a great player at the college level when he was at Wisconsin. Hasn't been the easiest transition to the NBA for him early on. The speed of the game is something that he needs time to adjust to.
John Lure, he's checked in for Prez. He's perfect from the line this time. Pistons trail by 6. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Sessions out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in the center position.
You love the heart that Drummond plays with. He's just a physical beast who's using his gigantic size incredibly well. And Charlotte has had some great players come through and Don Mateo. Not only very talented players, but more memorable players. Guys like Grandmama, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, just to name a few.
And thinking about past Hornet stars, Chris, who in your mind was the best ever to put on a Hornets uniform?
Oh, man, you have to think about Larry Johnson, Grandmama. You also have to think about Alonzo Mourning is up there for most fans of the team.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Mavericks looked really strong. He scored 17 points and added to his scoring by grabbing 7 rebounds. It was another strong showing for him in what has quickly become a habit. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you as always, David. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Well, fellas, I couldn't be more impressed with his level of tenacity. Curious to see what he does here for an encore. Well, you always want to try to get the points back for your team after getting burned on the other end. But that shot, it wasn't a good shot, and it didn't go for him.
Now here's Sessions following the miss by Prez. Shot's good by Walker.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
Now here's Prez. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
Rapid fire threes coming from everywhere.
This is a shooter's dream. They are really letting the outside shot fly.
Here's Walker. The lead is 2. He feeds it to Zeller. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Now there's the high basketball IQ of Zeller. He knows he's going to get whacked, but he turns it into an and one.
Harris is checked in for Detroit. The Hornets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And it's Drummond missing.
Excellent D to force that miss there. That took real courage to risk being on a poster, being he's one of the best dunkers in the game.
Sessions, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
To the inside, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Kevin, Drummond is making great strides in his all-around game, spotting his teammates for a clean look at the rim.
And it's sent back by Drummond. Prez kicks to Caldwell Pope. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And it's now only a 1-point Charlotte lead.
Takes what the defense allows. Has that soft floater in his back pocket.
There's the screen. Zeller, a screen on Harris. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Guarded by Harris. Williams a screen. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Confidence is contagious, and when you see a guy like that finishing over a bigger man, it's got to motivate his teammates.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 9. Prez passes to Drummond. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Jackson, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Charlotte leading by 3. To the inside. Williams throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Prez picks one up.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Now here's Prez. He has 6. Back to Jackson. The feed to Prez. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Cody Zeller. Well, Chris, you've had a surgery that has affected many in the league in the last few decades and still currently in today's NBA. What is it like going through a microfracture procedure? How did it change your game?
Well, you know, I'm not the only one. You know, this did end a lot of guys' career when I think about Jamal Mashburn, Jason Kidd, even though he's a guard and much lighter. Tracy McGrady, the same thing. He doesn't weigh as much as a guy like myself or Zebo, but it's difficult coming back. I mean, just because the post-care process doesn't allow you to put any weight on your leg or allows you to use your leg. So really you have the muscle that atrophies. You have to relearn to walk again, to jump again. And so I had to learn from going to be a player that played above the rim to now being able to play below the rim and find out ways to score like that. And so it's tough. The rehab is long, tedious, it's boring. It's monotonous, but it's something that you have to get through, and basically it's your love of the game, because rehabilitation or that surgery is no fun at all. That you're at least talking about, in my opinion, 20 months before you see your old self.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Drummond. Stanley Johnson comes in for Caldwell Pope, and Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And the shot goes in. 10 points for Prez.
Now, since his arrival in Charlotte, Coach Clifford has been doing what he can to improve the defense of this club. They have seen steady improvement under his watch. It's a big part of why they look to be able to hang in there with any team.
And with Coach Clifford, Chris, and his defensive approach, he is always looking for feedback and how to improve his team's tenacity. And so we conclude the first half. Hornets lead by 8. And
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there. He's getting whatever he wants when he drives baseline. I want us to force him to the middle. Biggs, be ready to help out. We can still win this game. Defense, fellas. Let's go.
welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. The second half just about to get going here. Gotta like what Nicolas Batum has done in this game.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half offensively, he was in a zone.
You love the intuition he brings to the game and the leadership he provides for his team. It's what you're looking for out of your top playmaker.
Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Trez out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. To the paint, and Williams throws it down.
Just amazing work from Walker. Really zipping the rock fast to the wide open man.
Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Prez. To the middle. Out to Harris. Expanding his range. And the three ball is good.
Look, that's playing inside out. Simply taking what the defense gives him.
Hornets leading by 7. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Kid Gilchrist against Harris. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. And over the past few seasons, Chris, you've seen the role of Kid Gilchrist grow in the offense.
Kid Gilchrist has always been good in the open floor. The big change is his ability to get to space in the half-court sets and knock down shots. Now, he still prefers to attack the rim, but now you have to respect all aspects of his game.
Harris missing again. The Hornets shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the quickness that Kid Gilchrist possesses is remarkable. Just driving to the rack and earning these calls with his long arms. A few years back, Michael Kidd Gilchrist decided to rework his jump shot. He took out that weird hitch he had coming into the league and changed it for a more natural-looking shot. It's worked well for him since the change.
This is to Harris. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. From outside the arc. Second chance shot, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
I just love the hard work on the glass from Drummond. One of the best rebounders in this game.
Sessions checked in for Kemba Walker. For Detroit, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And Chris, you think back to how Michael Kidd Gilchrist used to shoot the ball. It was not a pretty sight.
It's really added a new layer to his game. He has hit his mid-range jumpers with more regularity and has taken them with more confidence. As he gets more comfortable with the new shot, his range and consistency will continue to grow.
Drummond dishes to Caldwell Pope, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. Just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor. Now, if you want to see one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, just keep your eyes on KCP. This guy sticks like glue to any guard at either position. He's incredibly frustrating to play against as you just can't lose him off of screens.
And with Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Chris, it's not one thing that he does well on defense. It's everything.
Kevin, whenever he goes up against one of the top guards in this league, it's a thing of beauty. He either forces a lot of turnovers from them or makes them a volume shooter. He could have a lot of first-team all-defense honors when it's all said and done. The only thing is he may get caught up in that head game of trying to outscore his opponent, and your offense is your defense at times. What a revelation it's been for the Hornets and Cody Zeller. Took some time for him to develop, but he fought his way into the starting lineup and is exactly what they need. Still has a lot of room to grow as a player as well.
And with Zeller, what coaches like about him is the energy, Chris, and the grit he brings to the lineup.
And doing the little things like Zeller does is something every team needs. He's also done a good job to improve his scoring efficiency. Now look, he'll never be a dominant center, but he has proven he can play an important role as a starter.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
So we can't get either to fall.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
I mean, Batum is...
Wake up out there. Come on. We're letting one guy look like a world beater out there. He cannot continue to cut inside so freely. Let's gap him and invite the outside shot. He does not shoot it well enough to beat us from long range. Make them beat you as a team. We can live with that, all right? Let's go.
In itself. And Batum's unique length as a perimeter player allows that. It's one reason why he was so highly sought after in free agency.
Sessions against Jackson. At the elbow, Prez. And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that playoff with. No layups for the big fella.
On the wing, Batum. Here's the screen. Pick by Zeller. Over in the corner, Williams. And it's the Hornets, another three.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, remember when Roy Hibbert burst onto the scene in that great year for the Pacers, and he's still one of the league's elite rim defenders. He doesn't go for the block so much as create a wall. It's called the principle of verticality, and Hibbert says, I'm the godfather of that. I'm not going to name names, but there were some prominent coaches who said, you need to get rid of this. But Kevin, them's the rules.
Yeah, D.A., he didn't invent it. He just perfected it. Thanks. Batum with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Drummond's got 6 points.
Wow, did you see that? The terrific ball movement by Jackson is terrific. I mean, really moving the rock around the floor, especially to his wide-open teammates.
And Sessions kicks to Zeller, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Detroit. Chris, you played for 5 different teams. How much does the city you live in and call home matter during an NBA season?
Well, it's different for everybody. You know, it's different for everyone. It was great to go home to Detroit for me because I wanted to live and stay in my city. I wanted to eat my mother's cooking before the game. You know, not many times could I do that. You know, I can only do that once or twice or once a year playing on the West Coast. So, you know, those type of things, being close to your family, you know, if you have younger siblings or children, that type of thing. You know, if you have kids with school they go to, you know, I've seen players take and weigh all those things. But for me, I've just been blessed to play in some great places with great fans. Washington, D.C. was a wonderful place. You know, that city really showed us.
40 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Now, they have to get going here if they want to capitalize on that. Go for the quick bucket here.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backcourt.
Yeah, just outworking guys in there, being accountable, being a leader by example. His head doesn't look in the game right now. He can't seem to connect on any shot he takes out there.
Walker with it. 11 points in the game. Hibbert with the screen. Walker the pass to Rivers. With 1 on the clock. No good on that last second attempt there. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Hornets leading by 9. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Batum outside at the 3 with Kaminsky at the 4. Kemba Walker is out there with Austin Rivers, and it's Hibbert in at the 5 spot.
Now, strength was one of the biggest concerns about Kaminsky coming out of college, but he takes the hit there and still muscles in the shot.
And with the core that this Piston team has, they do a great job, Chris, of attacking the glass.
Well, Kevin, and conversely, the Pistons do a great job of limiting offensive boards while on defense. Every game they are getting a handful of extra chances because of their approach. The leader is Drummond, but there are a lot of other active bigs to fill out the roster.
Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Jordan Hill. And Walker kicks to Hibbert. Rebound, Detroit. Hill's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Jackson in the corner. Down low, stolen by Walker. To the paint. Kaminsky kicks to Rivers. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Even though he has been lost in the shuffle, his team remains in front.
Passes it to Smith. Here's Jackson, and right on target, good. Jackson's got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. Outside, Walker. Pass to Kaminsky, and finished off by Kaminsky.
He's announcing his presence. Kaminsky was a prolific scorer in college. We're seeing it here tonight.
Smith kicks to Harris. Inside, Prez. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 14 points for Prez.
Good things come to those who go inside the paint.
And Walker kicks to Hibbert. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
No mercy. He's one of the best at slamming the door shut in the opposition's face when they're trying to come back.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Drummond comes in for Hill, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Ish Smith. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Caldwell-Pope. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Raptors in Toronto. Here's Sessions, and Jackson with the block. Williams gets the bucket.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. We're letting one guy look like a world beater out there. He's made 3 3-pointers tonight, gentlemen. We've got to make it harder on him. Stay on his hip and trail him over the top. Force him to take the mid-range jumper.
To make that deciding play.
Here's Jackson. Now Prez. He dishes it to Drummond. Ramon Sessions with the steal. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Shots good by Williams. And Chris, I think you're right on the money when you say Reggie Jackson is looking to take that big shot.
And that's the exact mentality you want from a player who's going to take shots in the clutch. Make or miss, they have confidence. They want to be in that moment. They embrace it. He knocks it down.
Prez, no good. Hornets leading by 12. Inside, here's Zeller. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And one thing that gives these scouts confidence in Zeller's ability to expand his shooting range is the fact that he's been a solid free throw shooter ever since he's entered this league.
That shot wide open. And the Hornets lead by 17.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Prez dishes to Drummond, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
And you look at this Hornets team, there is so much length on the floor at any given time, as much wingspan as any other team in the league. This helps on the defensive end with blocks and steals.
It's Kidd-Gilchrist on the wing. On the wing, Williams. That 3 off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Harris wide open. He shoots another 3 for Detroit. As you talked about the wingspan, the arm span of the Hornets, slight pun intended. They have it at all positions, though.
Well, and that's what makes them so versatile with their defensive matchups. Kidd-Gilchrist and Marvin Williams both have great length.
Just 5 on the clock. Batum with the 3. Batum with another miss. Pistons trailed by 11. Outside Jackson. 17-foot shot on the way. Here's Drummond, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Marvin Williams. And for Charlotte, Chris, they've taken steps to further their in-house development of talent. This season is the first for the D-League affiliate known as the Greensboro Hornets.
Well, and I love it because now more and more you see franchises having their own D-League affiliate. It helps with the development of rookies and late bloomers. The Hornets have enough young talent on the roster where having a chance for extra minutes will go a long way for the team.
There's a screen by Williams. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Williams. And the first one drops. And Marvin Williams has done a good job of continuing to improve his three-point shot the last few seasons.
Well, Kevin, do you remember when Williams came into the league? His three was just non-existent. He slowly started taking threes and adding to that part of his game. Now he'll put up almost 5 a game and hits them at a very efficient rate.
And there's the 3-second violation.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Man, there's no room for careless play like that at this point in the game. Has to be smarter than that.
The dish to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Williams. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Bring it in, guys. All right, let's get a good look. Listen, we cannot...
Chris, of the teams that Stan Van Gundy has coached in the past, each one of them were considered contenders for so long.
Well, the job of turning things around here in Detroit has been nothing short of spectacular.
The shot will not fall, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. And here's Sessions. Over in the corner, Batum. Now the pass to Zeller, and stolen by Drummond. Caldwell Pope outside. In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Prez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Charlotte making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pistons passing it around. Drummond passes to Prez. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists now in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Prez kicks to Jackson. Feeds it to Prez. Fades and shoots. They get it back. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. And that's 13 points for Andre Drummond.
Wow, Drummond is one of the top rebounders in the game. You have to put a body on him, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, just to prevent him from coming away with a second chance opportunity.
To the paint. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. He kicks to Zeller. Shot clock at 6. Here's Walker. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Charlotte.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
That's breathing a huge sigh of relief, guys. They're on their way to a win here, avoiding losing all 4 games of the season series. And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Batum. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
Well, the fans have sounded lost and disappointed, which is exactly what they were hoping to accomplish.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Harris dishes to Prez. Here's Drummond. Nice move. No good on the layup. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
All right, so you know Kobe, it's a wrap. What y'all feel about that, man? How the game's going to change now that he's gone, man? Think it's wide open for
a lot more passes on the Lakers right now. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, man. Isn't that
Great
true?
ball movement.
Yeah.
How does he rank all time, though?
He's in my top 5.
Definitely all time.
He really is my top 5.